You wrote it.
All right. Well, we are back. Welcome to All the Bacon and Eggs. It is me, MMB, along with my partner and co-host here,
I forgot what my name was.
JGAG, and we're back from our 6-month hiatus. This is considered season 2. All right, this is you had season 1, and now we're on season 2, bigger, better, and badder.
Stronger.
Okay.
We didn't know if we were gonna get picked up for season 2, but it looks like it. Those 4 episodes really impressed the 10 people that listened.
The petition was very great. We really appreciated it, guys. It had 3 signatures on it, but it worked. It was effective.
we went all the way to Sisolak for this. We begged him, please let our show back on. It's so popular.
Yes, and the cleaning crew that cleans his office, they approved it. So we're back. So it worked. So how you been, man?
I am doing pretty good. Let's see. It's been 6 months since our last episode, so my baby's almost 5 months old now.
Oh man!
I had a baby in December. Well, I didn't. My wife did. She did all the hard work.
Yes. There you go. He's
getting
very cool.
He's getting big, so that's good.
Yeah, I saw a picture, and it's a very cute baby.
He has more hair. He has more hair than us combined.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So yeah, how have you been dealing with the major news that's been going on? The Michael Jordan Last Dance. How you been dealing with it?
I was gonna say. Well, I was just about to say what's the major news? I don't understand. The Last Dance has been pretty good so far. I'm up to episode however many they've released, and I can't really say there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know in there. It's a lot of stuff, but there is some in-depth stuff that you didn't know. I knew that Michael Jordan was a gambler, but I didn't know how deep it went, and I didn't know actually that the NBA may have looked into him for fixing games because of it, just briefly. Obviously he didn't, but gambling that much money, they had to do something. I didn't know that though. So that was kind of cool, but it's been a pretty good little series so far, especially with no sports. So
just like starving for sports, that this has just like the next big thing behind Tiger King.
Have you been watching wrestling?
No.
You haven't been watching it? Because I heard actually that the ratings were pretty low the last episode it aired, and I think that's just because there's nobody there. I just can't imagine they have the same amount of energy.
Well, see, that's the thing. They did WrestleMania, no crowds, and I just can't get into it because the part of it is feeling that emotion that or they call it the pop, and it's just I don't know. I don't know. I have not watched a empty arena wrestling show since this all happened. I just my heart wasn't in it. It wasn't in it to begin with because the show has been subpar lately. I've tried to watch wrestling and it's just it's a mess. And I'm a huge wrestling fan, but it's a mess. And I just couldn't. I didn't want to waste my time.
Will you have the same feeling for, say, the NBA comes back and they play without fans? Will you have that kind of same feeling? Because I'm kind of thinking, the energy is going to be lost, and it's like, okay, if they play some sort of abbreviated schedule or abbreviated playoff schedule, will they have an asterisk next to the championship because they didn't, or the champion because they didn't play the entire season? I mean, what do you? It just doesn't feel real. I think for the NBA they should just cancel this season and just start because I think they start again in November or something. So
I don't want them to cancel the season because the Lakers were actually looking really good. Okay.
You and LeBron.
Okay. So the Lakers are looking good. We got Anthony Davis. We don't know if he's signing with us again. So let's strike while the iron is hot. Let's do this.
He only has a 1-year deal?
They traded him. I think he had a year left. So
okay, gotcha.
So I if I'm not mistaken, that he's basically on loan with this team. So he could, and they did extend the contract to him, but he didn't sign it. So I don't know what that's going to look like. But I will feel, I don't know. I don't know, because if NBA is a little different, right? It's well, first of all, it's not predetermined. Okay, it's not predicated on storylines. It's about just teams going out there and playing. I think if they were playing in an empty arena, we get to watch it, that would be cool. Because the crowd does motivate the players, but as far as me watching it, I think it's just, at home, it really doesn't make a difference.
You don't think so? Like, because you'll be able to hear like their sneakers squeaking, and I mean, I don't think it'll have that same energy. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to hear them. I actually think if they do come back, they should pump in crowd noise through speakers into the gym and help out anybody who's the quote unquote home team. Because I do think noise sometimes plays a factor. It might not play as much of a factor in the NBA, but in football, definitely it does. So I think pump it in.
What they might do, like they did for the NFL draft, is have people like tuning in live on like a Zoom or something like that, and they can and they would like have that crowd noise going, but you run the chance of somebody yelling stuff out at their home. So I don't know if that will work or how that would look, because it'd be interesting. But I know they have the technology, because they had. I mean, that draft was awful. I mean,
the best part was good watching Goodell just start getting sleepier and sleepier.
It was. I mean, I'm so tired of seeing like the coaches and their kids and like why? What you had to? What was that? I was so tired of that. Like,
you would want to see. I don't want to see their stupid families.
Yeah, no.
Show me something. Where they're in their war room discussing. Gladiator battles.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I don't want to see the kids high-fiving and playing with the dog and waving at the camera. I didn't need that. I didn't need it. Okay.
I did like. I loved Goodell. Like the first day he's standing up, the second day he's kind of like at the edge of the seat. The third round he's actually laying back in his seat, like he's napping. He's slurring his words.
Did he do all 3 days?
He did. I think he did the first. I think he did all of it actually, because they usually they have the old players or whatever come and announce, which I love, but I don't think they did. I think he did the entire thing.
Well, it makes sense, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, it's going to be difficult to watch any sport without fans, and we're talking about like this, affects everybody. It affects everything. Like, they're not talking about where you can go see live music until like 2021. I mean, and that sucks. Like that affects you, because I mean, you play in a band.
Yeah.
And
I pretend to.
Yeah, it's tiring. But it's going to be weird these next few months as things start to open up, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. Like, I was not a big believer that we were in some kind of big a pandemic. It was like, this is a pandemic's coming. Oh, we got to raid the Costco's, every grocery store. We got to get all the toilet paper and the beans and
all the toilet
rice.
Paper.
We want to get the water. We want to do all of this stuff. But yet I can go to Starbucks and get me a coffee.
Right?
No problem. I'm going to get me some tacos from Taco Bell. No problem.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, hey, everybody in Las Vegas or everybody in the world can go to Costco or Walmart, and there are going to be 300 or 400 people in there together, but you can't go visit your local business where they could have 2 people in at the same time.
Yes.
That seems crazy, because I've seen pictures and I've been in the Walmarts or Smiths where nobody's 6 feet apart. There's still people on top of each other and not wearing masks or doing whatever. And then I can't go into a pizzeria and just sit down at another booth. I don't get it. I don't understand the structure of it.
And then, they're putting up these plexiglass everywhere. And I'm like, who's really making bank now is the hand sanitizer people and plexiglass people. They started this pandemic. They really did. It's ridiculous because, I go to my local store here, and they have a plexiglass that's where the cash register is, but it's just a little square. So what is that really protecting in the long run? I don't get it.
Is it tall enough for you? Because you're pretty tall.
No, it's not.
Can you just cough over it?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. And it's like maybe an inch thick, and I could reach my hand around and touch somebody if I really wanted to. It's not really, whatever.
Now, are you wearing a mask or not wearing a mask when you're out?
When I'm out, I don't wear a mask. I don't like to wear a mask. I have to wear a mask at work. And I
was just about to say, they probably make you, right?
Yeah, we have to wear them at work, and they're, I get it. I just don't. I don't mind it. No, I'm not. It's just, you gotta. Only way you could get better is if you fight the stuff, and we're running away from it.
You're a flat earther, man. It makes sense. You're in all these conspiracy theories.
Yeah, man, that ice barrier. all those monsters and dragons on the other side, like dinobots.
Anybody that didn't hear our flat earth conversation, just listen to one of the other 4 episodes. I wore a mask for a little bit, and then was seeing just the figures coming out saying, hey, there could be like 85 times the amount of people that have had this thing and they didn't even know it. So all of a sudden that drops the mortality rate down almost below like the flu. And I get people are saying, well, I'm going to wear a mask until we get a vaccine because, we have the flu vaccine or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You do your thing. I'm going to be a rebel, and I'm going to be the only one at Smith's without one. Because if everybody else has a mask on, I don't need to wear one anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly how I felt. Those people that's driving around in their cars with the windows up with a mask on still. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Did you see the video that came out the other day where this cast, I don't know, it was a convenience store. And this guy's working behind the counter, and the lady walks in, and she has one of those blue masks on her face, but she cut out a hole where her mouth was. And the cashier said, hey, what's that for? And she said, well, I can't breathe with it on. This helps me breathe better.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And he said, oh, good. Thanks for the tip.
Ooh, people. People are still going to be people throughout this whole thing.
I know. And not to make light of, people who have actually, died from it. But I got to say, if there was really a serious pandemic, like an outbreak situation movie, we could tell from this one, we'd all just, be screwed because
it'd be bad.
Everybody will just, just kill each other real quick and we'll all be dead. Except for you and I still doing our podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be recording everything, letting everybody know what's going on. It's ridiculous.
Do you think Sisolak will open up the Strip by the beginning of June?
So the Not Henderson Strip, yeah. I think so. I've gone down there several times during this, when I was in the house for a month.
I got to lay down. My back hurts.
Okay. I didn't need to know that, but
okay.
It was good.
Ow.
I hope you feel better over there, Larry Bird.
Basically.
But I think, again, when this first started happening, I was like, I wanted to go down to the Strip, and see all the lights off. I really wanted to see what was going on and what it looked like. But most of them kept the lights on. I'm like, this is weak. I wanted to see something cool.
It wasn't as apocalyptic as you thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't. People were still walking down there, and then it got busy. Like I was driving, and people were doing the same thing. They were like, I guess, wanting to see the strip with the lights off, and they had them all on. But I don't think, as long as Sisolak has a plan, much better than the mayor did when she went on Anderson Cooper.
She was so drunk,
and she just went up there and was like, "Yeah, we're going to open up and we're going to use our people as guinea pigs, and it doesn't matter."
Yep.
And So I was like, "That's sweet." That's why she's a mayor of Las Vegas, not Henderson, which I reside. Okay?
Right.
Anyway,
Henderson. Okay. All right. Well, then, who is your mayor?
Mayor McCheese? I don't know.
Oh man! So the thing that one of the topics we didn't send over any topics this time, but one of the topics that I thought was kind of interesting to talk about was the whole movie experience, and if you think that major motion picture companies are just going to switch to a format where they just release movies at home rather than going through the movie theater.
So I just saw a movie trailer that's supposed to be coming out, and they were like, "Yeah, on demand." And I was thinking to myself, I was like, that movie looks interesting. For some reason, if it was in the theater, I might give it a shot. But then they were like, on demand, and I was like, nah, never mind, pass.
Do you think that's just because it's kind of built in when it goes straight to video? Those are the crappy movies.
Yeah, like I grew up in the era. It's like the straight to video movies. It's like Jean-Claude Van Damme is President Lincoln, and it's like what?
Nicolas Cage in Speed 8.
Yeah, like why? Yeah, those kind of movies exactly.
And I know it was Keanu. That was a joke.
No, it could be Nicolas Cage, but Speed 8, though. But anyway, I really think that it's going to play a major effect on how they look at that, because social distancing in the movie theater is going to be tough. You can't do it, but I don't know how much longer they're going to have to keep doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it because apparently you can get it multiple times and all this stuff? So I really don't know.
I was kind of hoping that Disney would have released like a big movie like Mulan or something on demand to see how it would do. And I know you kind of miss out on the movie theater experience, the big surround sound and the big screen and stuff. But for me, like having a baby now. Yeah. Like it's a total different ballgame. So now I have to plan to drop off the baby, go to the movie theaters as fast as we can, be back to pick up our baby, and then be back home before he starts crying. If I can have a movie just go straight, on demand, like a Mulan or whatever else was supposed to come out, Quiet Place 2 was supposed to come out, as well, then I can pause it and go feed the baby and still watch the movie.
Quiet Place 2. I didn't even see Quiet Place 1. Was it good?
You got to watch it. I really liked it, man. Yeah, it's like one of Krasinski's first director role.
His directorial debut.
There you go. Yeah, you're smarter than I am with movie jargon.
So, if Disney did pull the trigger, they did. They put one of their animated films on Disney Plus. That was supposed to be in the theater. Onward. Yeah,
and I think they have another one coming out too. I can't remember. I was just reading it. Another one that they were going to release in theaters, but now they decided just to put it on Disney Plus as well. And if you filibuster for a second, I can look it up.
Yeah, go ahead. So I don't think that the industry is going to be hurting too much if they did something like that. I think everybody's just kind of waiting to see pull out the right, not venue. The right system, I guess, that's going to work for everybody. If you are on demand, like how much more money do you think you can make? If it's
I saw Trolls made a ton of money because that Trolls movie that was released on demand, they just skipped the theaters, and I actually saw that it was AMC, I believe, said we're not going to show any more of whoever made the Troll movies in our theaters because Trolls went straight. They just said instead of pushing this back and releasing it in theaters, we're going to go straight to on demand, and it actually made a ton of money. So I can't find the name of that stupid movie, but I'll tell you how much Trolls made.
Oh, okay. I heard
Trolls World Tour.
I heard that people were thinking about bringing the drive-ins back.
You know, they actually opened the theater in Vegas for about a day, and then for some reason they said that it couldn't be open anymore.
Not essential?
I guess. I thought like a drive-in movie theater would be one of the safer things that, you know, businesses you could have.
Yeah.
Just your
it makes
family
sense.
in a car. I don't understand.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You're in your own isolated vehicle. You know, I don't know.
So it's saying that on the so I have old figure here. Sorry about that. I didn't come prepared to talk about Trolls World Tour.
I didn't come prepared to talk about anything.
But I know that it made a ton, and I'll try to find the number for you. But it made actually a lot more than it would have made being in theaters.
In the theater. I mean, you have to make sure, you know, there's a lot of money that goes into making those films, so you got to recoup it somehow. And going on demand is cool. The physical media is kind of going away. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a CD, like an actual physical CD. You know?
I bought a vinyl more recently than I bought a CD. Actually,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, that media.
We'll rock those vinyls. We'll rock those vinyls when we're dancing around with the baby. We'll put some Frank Sinatra on and dance around with him in the room. Frank Sinatra or Johnny Cash, either one.
Frank Sinatra or Johnny Cash. Very nice. Very nice. I got distracted here looking at some stupid text message. So,
how's your dating life going?
Wasn't prepared for that. Actually, just kind of ended a relationship a couple days ago. So,
oh wow!
Yeah.
Didn't prepare for that answer either.
Little fresh there, buddy.
Did you end it or did she end it?
No, she ended it.
Was it expected or out of the blue?
See, I would have to get into this whole thing, and I'm not ready to do that. I will. You
don't have. I just want to know if it caught you off guard. That's it.
Yes and no.
Oh boy.
Exactly.
Yes and no.
That's why I'm telling you. It's a very interesting. Like I don't do anything, normal. Quote unquote. I don't know what that is. I do things that I do. Okay, and she was or is just the love of my life, and there we go. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. We'll have to have Dr. Drew on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, we'll talk about it when it's not like so fresh and bothering me. So,
if it makes you feel any better, I am happily married.
Oh yeah, great. Congratulations. Yeah, whatever. I drink this beer.
You know what I drove by the other day? Or actually, I drove by it this morning. One of our old stomping ground. It's like a relic now. It's like driving by a museum.
What was that?
Sears Grand.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh
God. I know we had this conversation before, but I can't believe the Sears company actually lasted longer than it did.
Man, I mean,
and we have a Kmart left still in Vegas, right?
Which one?
It's there. It's on like Nellis and
Oh yeah, okay,
way
yeah.
way out on the east side.
Yeah. Because the one over here, over here close to my house, they closed now. I think it's a church now.
Oh, it is. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think there was one on Sahara. I'm pretty sure that's gone. So yeah, wow, I remember that. So when I drove by that Sears Grand not too long ago, I just remember. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. Let's talk about bad stuff.
Another touchy
ending
subject.
Relationships and
Bad jobs.
What is this?
Oh,
we
man.
come back. This is our season premiere, and here we go.
I'm hit, and I'm just punching Marlon in the face. Oh, I'm sorry, MMB.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh man, this is just so. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to,
Well, I was going to ask you,
relatives or anything. What's going on?
I was going to ask you how your family's doing, and then you watch The Office, right?
Yeah.
You know, we were watching the episode the other day where, oh my gosh, I can't think of his character. The guy that worked in the warehouse, and they moved him up to. He was the lead warehouse guy. Daryl, yeah, and it was one of the cold opens. And Pam brought him a card that everybody thought in the office thought it was his birthday, but his grandma had just actually died.
Yes.
So it said like, hey, like this comes around like once a year. I'm happy for you, and like, go get him, Tiger. We're watching that the other day, so. And he was just sitting there crying.
He was crying at the tear. That was so perfect. Oh, did you see the Parks and Rec special that they did?
I did. Now, it sounds like you really enjoyed it.
No, I didn't really enjoy it. I just thought that since the show's called All the Bacon and Eggs, referencing in Parks and Rec, did you talk about it? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah, we should. Okay, so my quick take was that it was great seeing everybody. They included almost all of the major cast members, which was cool. I got to see Purd, who's one of my favorite cast members.
I got to see Jam.
He is spot on, just as the stereotypical news anchor. It's great.
Yeah,
my only problem was, and I knew this was going to happen, was they couldn't work with each other. Really, they could only Skype each other, whatever, that grizzle each other. And it just kind of came off to me as like a big, long CDC commercial. They had a lot of references about washing your hands and social distancing, and I guess that's relevant, so throw it in there. And also, Ben Wyatt, a.k.a. Adam Scott, looked like something was wrong with him. He looked really skinny and sickly. So I was really concerned. Go back and watch it, dude. He did. He looks.
No, I know.
And so I was just thinking about, like, is he okay the entire episode? But besides that, it was cool. It was just nice seeing everybody again.
Yeah, they did have everybody. Had John Ralphio, Dennis Feinstein.
He was good. Feinstein, yes.
My favorite, Jeremy Jam. You just got jammed.
With his haircut.
It was I wanted to see Mark Brandanowitz. That's what I wanted to see.
I was actually reading a long story about him the other day where it said that they were going to try to bring him back in later seasons, and once he had left, the show got really good.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to screw up what they had going on, which it makes sense. I didn't really love his character, so.
No, I didn't care. I didn't care for it either. But you're going to bring him back. He was a major part of that first season. First 3 seasons.
No, I don't think he made it the third. I think he made it into 1 or 2 episodes into the second season. But he was gone. He was gone, and then it got good.
No, because he dated Anne for a while. So he had.
I think that was all. Wasn't that all in the first season?
No, the first season was so like generic that it was only like 4 episodes, kind of like our season.
Are you sure? No, I don't know. I don't think you're telling the audience right on this one.
Look it up, Professor.
I am. I'm apparently so good at looking things up. I'm going to try to look up.
Yeah,
get it right.
It is going to be. Yeah, let's wait and hear this. How I am right.
Paul Schneider, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking. This guy. People can't see him.
No, they
He's
can't.
right
I can
here
see him
on our
Is that a
screen.
goatee? Yeah, that's weird.
He's 44 years old. He's married to Teresa Schneider.
Do we need a bio?
I am stalling as I'm looking for Parks and Rec information. Television. Okay, so he was in Parks and Rec 30 episodes, season 1 and 2. And the first season of Parks and Rec was how many episodes, Marlon?
You know what? I'll take it back. It wasn't 4. Was it 4? Or was it 6? It was. I know it was a short season.
Uh-oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Were you saying something, or you just thought you... I thought you were rebooting.
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
I think it was 4. I want to say... I know it was a short season. I want to say it was 4, but I think it might have been 6.
It was 6.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it. Okay. That's all right.
So, yeah, I guess you were... Yeah, he was in the first and second season.
Yeah. See? And he was like the... Not the third. No, he was in there.
Not third, though.
No.
Yeah.
That's when they came out.
Okay, so then it must have gotten good after... I think it started getting good like halfway through the second season. Is when I started really saying, "Hey, this is cool." Kind of like The Office, where The Office first season is a little. For me, it's rough, dude. It's rough to get through it because Michael's just so unlikable in the first season, and they had to go back and rework his whole character to make him a total idiot, but also more likable. You know, and bring in the sales aspects where when it was time for him to sell, then he would nail, kick in the door.
What did you think about The Office? Did you see the UK Office, the original one?
I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, me neither. It was.
I don't love British people, so it's tough. I don't get them, man.
Yeah,
I don't get their accents.
People.
I don't get soccer. I kind of get rugby. It's kind of cool. I don't know if that's what they do over there, but fish and chips I don't really like either.
Fish and chips.
It's tough.
Okay. So Ricky Gervais, who did the Office,
yeah.
I really enjoyed his work. He did an HBO BBC series called Extras.
Uh-huh.
Really good series, really good show.
He was in it?
Oh yeah, he was a star.
Could you understand him?
Yes, of course I could.
Okay.
I
I
enjoy British comedies and movies and things like that. I like the accent. I think it's cool.
The only British person I really like is Mel B.
Oh, the Spice Girls. Oh man. All the Spice Girls except for Sporty Spice. Back then, but now Sporty Spice looks good, so all the Spice Girls, yes.
I was just about to ask who your favorite was, but now I know all of them.
All of the Spice Girls, except for Posh now. No Posh. But back then, yes. So yes, so Sporty was out back then. Posh is out now. So there we go. So yeah, all right. And who else? Tracy Ullman. Excellent.
There's the Beckham's wife, right?
Yeah, that's Victoria. That's Posh. Yes, I know all. I know all the Spice Girls.
Oh my gosh,
names.
Dude, did you have their albums?
No, Baby, Scary, Ginger, Sporty, and Posh. Yes.
So you're not a Posh fan just because she's dating Beckham? Is that why?
No, she started like looking really, really frail and skinny.
They got to be pretty old now, right?
I still look good. I mean, Mel B looks amazing still.
I mean,
they're not that old. They're in their 40s. They're the same age as us. Well, I'm not in my 40s. Well into my 60s. Anyway.
All right, I'm looking up Spice Girls' ages now.
This turned into a research show. We need somebody just to do research for us. Just a fact.
Look it up.
Yeah.
She's 44. Mel B's 44.
Okay. All right. So she's 5 years older than me. Sweet.
What about Melanie C? How old do you think she is?
Melanie Chasm. She is. That's sporty. Uh, I think she's 43.
She's 46.
I was going to say 46. Dang it. Okay.
The oldest one
I think it's
is
Jerry.
Jerry
Yeah, it is. Jerry Hollowell or whatever her name is.
or Gary.
It's Jerry.
Jerry or Gary. He's one of my favorite characters from Parks and Rec too, man. He could take it. He could really take it. I felt bad for him a lot of the times, but he definitely could take it and have a good time still.
They really the special when they were trying to talk to like who are you going to call next, and nobody wanted to call Gary. Nobody wanted to call.
Poor Gary, man. I really did start feeling bad for him.
Yeah,
but you know what's funny is they do address it too. Is Ben actually addresses it with him, and Gary's just like, hey, you just got to go with it, you know.
Yeah,
and
then
like,
he stood on the table or on the chair. I was like, Gary is my friend, and blah blah blah, and then and then Gary turned around and I think just ripped his pants or something. Yeah, so stupid.
I like when Tom becomes the new Gary.
Oh, Philo Pilo. Yes.
And he's like trying to make Andy the new Gary, but Andy's just too dumb.
Too dumb to get it. He's just like, oh, he doesn't care. They did.
He doesn't. No.
They had Aziz on there, huh? Yeah, he was there in that special. Mm-hmm. Paul Rudd was. He introduced it. Yeah, okay, everybody was there. Everybody. They
had pretty much. You know who they didn't have? They didn't have that guy that yells. What's his name on the street? He was introduced in the later seasons of Parks and Rec, and he gets angry and yells all the time. And he even has that show on YouTube or HBO or whatever. Where it's like, it's so and so on the street or whatever.
Yeah, Billy Eichner.
Billy. Yeah. I was surprised they didn't have him kind of just yelling something.
I forgot all about him. Have you ever watched that show, Billy on the Street?
Yeah. How much cocaine does that guy do?
It is the funniest thing.
It's hilarious.
Never thought that I would like something so much because all he does is like he asks questions and they don't get it right. He yells at them and walks off.
Yeah. It's so intense.
It's so funny. It is so funny.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Meryl Streep or Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock? No! Meryl Streep! It's just like, what?
He does. He'll ask, and I think he gives the winner like $1 or something.
Yes, for $1.
Yeah.
He yells it. Just walks in people's faces. That is one of the guilty pleasures on Netflix.
I think what's his name? Ron Swanson was on it. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with real names now. Ron Swanson was on an episode with him one time, walking around with people.
Nick Offerman,
and
yes.
he one of his questions was, "Who is this?" You know, and then they'd be like, I don't know, wrong, and then go to the next person.
I mean, yeah. So he wasn't on the show, but what? I was just that brought me to another thing on Netflix. So the next thing, did you see any of the Tiger King?
I was thinking about watching it, but I got scared.
Yeah. So I'll sum it up like this. So I forgot what I was watching. I just finished watching it, and this is towards the beginning of quarantine. So I was in my house for a week, and I was kind of, and then for the first week, no lie, I slept. I'm talking about 85% of the time because I was so tired. I needed to unplug from work. I was just like, let me just sleep. So I just slept. Boom. That second week, I'm watching watching a program, and it goes off. And they're like, you know how they do the suggested, and they play a trailer. And they played this trailer, and I was like, all right, I've seen this guy before on John Oliver. Let me see what this is about. I'm thinking it's a sitcom. And then I'm like, this is not a sitcom. And I watched the first episode, and I was like, okay, let's watch the second episode. And this is all in one night. And I watched the third episode, and I just stopped. I could not stop watching until it was over. I watched it all in one night. All in one night, and I was just like, wow. It was a roller coaster ride like you wouldn't believe. And
I've heard that you can't even write a script that crazy. You know, people won't even believe you if you write a script and say this is real.
It is so interesting how these people's lives intertwine, and when somebody pushes it too far, then it gets really bad. And it's all of these characters are very interesting and they're very shady. So I was thinking, because you know how I enjoy big cats. Particularly ligers. I like lions and I like ligers.
You and Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, this is before Napoleon Dynamite. Thank you. But anyway, I enjoy a good big cat. All right, but after seeing these people, all of these people that have these big cats or own them, there's something wrong with them. I don't know if I want to own a big cat now.
I don't think you should.
It would have been cool. I could walk it down the street, you know. When it's
you and Mike Tyson?
Yeah, when it's a cub, and then when it gets of age, just keep it in the backyard. And
you, Mike Tyson, and Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and just,
walking down the street.
And just like anybody that I had, that I had a issue with, like, oh, come on over. We're gonna have a barbecue. We're gonna squash this. We're gonna talk it out. You're gonna come over, and we'll deal with this issue. Okay, you go in the backyard. You go first. And then there you go. Issue solved.
Now, I heard that they're making a television series out of the Tiger King.
Yes, and I heard that it's going to be Nicolas Cage. Starring.
That's probably perfect.
Nicolas Cage as the. So you don't know who Joe Exotic is, and
dude. Okay, so I may have not have seen the entire series, but I did watch, or I listened to the Lebitard show for the entire week after, and they talked about it all the time. They interviewed a lot of the people from it, and I've seen the trailers. And I've read up about it, so I know enough to know, what he has done and what he was about, to be pretty excited. I was kind of hoping that they would have got David Spade as Joe Dirt to be Joe Exotic, but Nicolas Cage is fine.
Nicolas Cage, David Spade would have been good too. You know who could have nailed it though? Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh boy.
Neil, he would have nailed it.
I was hoping they would have gotten like Keanu Reeves.
No, come on, man. As an A-list, this is going to be like when they start on the Lebitard show, start talking about it heavily. He was like, "We're going to go all in. We're doing a double down on Tiger King," and I was like, "Oh,
yep."
I was already over it by that time. Like everybody, because there's nothing else to watch. There's nothing else to do. This is like the biggest thing. You had the Tiger King, and what other major thing happened that was during quarantine? Then you got The Last Dance, and that was pretty much it.
Did you see the Alex Smith E60 or whatever it's called?
No. I heard him advertise it over on the Dan Lebitard show.
Oh, dude! Whatever you think his, I don't know if you looked it up, but whatever you think his leg looks like, just imagine it 1,000 times worse. It's one of the most shocking things I've ever seen.
What do you mean?
Dude, just watch it. His leg, they seriously should have just cut his leg off. Like it was gone. Like his leg was gone. I don't want to ruin it for you. You just watch it. You can find it on like YouTube and just type in. I think it's like it's something 11, like Perfect 11 or something like that. And it's just all about Alex Smith and him recovering from his injury.
But because he was gone all last year.
Yeah, he pretty much snapped his leg like in a couple places, and then it talks about like how it didn't work out
Oh, it
after the
didn't.
surgery.
Oh, really?
It's the one of the grossest things I've ever seen, dude.
But
It is
is
not.
he still playing football?
So he hasn't come back yet, but he's still trying. Yeah.
Can he still throw the ball?
I
Will
mean,
they
I
show
guess he
any
could
of
kind
that?
of throw it before.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
He was like one of those quarterbacks where I would take him over Ryan Tannehill any day. But he was only like 5 Madden points ahead of Tannehill.
But Tannehill just got a big contract.
I know. Well, Titans are stupid.
Isn't that your team?
What'd you say?
Isn't that your team?
The Titans?
Yeah.
No, the Dolphins. Well, we just got Tua.
Oh yeah. Congratulations.
Remember, we were tanking for Tua all last year, and he fell to us because he was hurt.
Congratulations. You got
Yeah.
Tua, and he is not going to do anything.
Oh, okay, Mr. David Carr.
No, we got Mariota now.
Oh, that's better.
It was so cool
All
to see
right.
the Las Vegas Raiders, even though they're, Las Vegas, but whatever, pick for the first time.
Yeah. I'm still so sad that it didn't work out to have the draft here, man. That would have been awesome.
It all that stuff that we lost. Like I was supposed to be, I had a room or a suite set up for the win in April. I think April 12th. I think it was Easter, and then for a few days I was going to do some celebrating. Couldn't do that. Had a cruise that was supposed to be going on next month. We had to cancel.
Black people go on cruises?
I've been on several cruises, so I don't know what that came from. All right.
I don't know. I only see white people on cruises.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
Like 5 or 6 of them, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Okay. All right.
And you've seen other black people on cruises?
See, I don't see particular races 'cause I'm not a racist. I see Americans. I see all kind of people in there.
You see Americans. What if it's like not? What if it's going to other countries?
Then I see those people from that country. I mean, I see all nationalities on cruises.
Like I'm just trying to figure out the cruise demographic here. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do.
Well, you've been on several cruises. Apparently, you're all on the Deep South Revival Tour. Cruises.
We're on the Tea Party cruise.
Yeah. I was like, geez, like what's going on?
The MAGA.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been to Alaska. That was cool. That was my favorite one because it was the longest. And I've been on the Ensenada cruise several times. I was hesitant to go to the Caribbean because the whole idea of flying to a place and then getting on a boat and then like having to fly back, it was annoying to me for some reason. But I did it for the Alaska cruise. It wasn't that bad.
You didn't go to the Caribbean?
I've never been to the Caribbean. No.
Oh man, it's not. You gotta at least do it once. It's so nice.
I was going to book one for November, but again,
I feel like cruises are super cheap right now. You should probably just do it.
Yeah, I was. The girl I was going to go with is no longer in the picture. So yeah, again, thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it.
Well, you can go with my wife and I.
So I can play Mr. Nanny with the baby.
Yes. Yeah. I had a very inappropriate joke. Okay. Yes, Mr. Nanny.
Man, I have for not having any children of my own. I have helped raise my oldest nephew from a few years. He was with me all the time. He was with me when he was a baby up until probably let's see, when he went to elementary school. Yeah, yeah, we
Were you changing his diapers?
changed diapers, did all that stuff,
My,
man.
my son, he will trap my wife. Like he'll poop a little bit into his diaper,
Yeah,
and then she's like, "All right, I got to change it." Basically, every time she takes his diaper off,
he pees.
he squirts her, or even worse, he poops. Like he shot out poop out of his butt like 6 feet onto the wall. It's like something from The Exorcist somehow. It was
Yes.
it was crazy. But yeah, he usually just waits until she's changing him, and then just does everything he can to do his business at that time. And he laughs the whole time. He looks up at you like, "Ha ha, change me."
Yeah, that's that. I don't miss that. My nephew did that to me once. So I was always when you have the technique when you're changing a diaper. I always had the technique. You keep the old diaper there, and then because he did that once, and so I tried to do it again. You just put the diaper right in front, boom, and then it just pees in the diaper, and then it's like, all right, cool. And then you change and get a new one.
Exactly. Yeah. That's kind of what we have going on now. But we took him to the doctor the other day to have just some his checkup or whatever, and the nurse took off his diaper to check everything down there. And as soon as she even just pulled it down, he squirted onto the nurse. He squirted onto his face, squirted onto where he was laying. And of course, being the tough macho dad, I ran away screaming.
Oh my God.
I said, "You handle it." Oh man, I wish people could see your background.
Yeah. Oh, my background is awesome. Oh, the Rick Astley.
Yep.
There you go. That's how it's done.
So we should definitely put together notes for next episode.
Well, once we get back into the swing of things, I mean, this was just, I hit you up and was like, hey, we're going to do this. I want to do this podcast again. I really want to get into it because I really like where we were going. Since I started, I have another podcast that's going on. This is always the goal, but this one has always been near and dear to my heart. So,
what can you hear me talk the whole time? All right, or is it cut out?
I heard you talk. Oh, okay. Yeah, and we're doing this. This is the first time that we're doing this not in the same room. So, we're on Discord because, we're social distancing and I live too far away. So it is easier. So, but yeah, this is fine. I like it. It sounds
okay.
Good. This is the way of the future,
it is the way.
So yes. Did you see that?
Of course I did.
That's awesome. Anyway, we will definitely have some more stuff and more organized like we were before, and kind of, sort of. Were we? We were a little bit. We had some rough spots.
I mean, yeah, I was organized, I guess.
Yeah, at least. I mean, this is just like getting to know us again. Welcome back. Live in the Leo Post Studios.
The season 2 pilot episode.
The season 2 premiere of All the Bacon and Eggs. And I mean, we are going to I think we're just going to turn the show into after this one, we're just going to talk about math. For this season. It's all about math, algebra, calculus, statistics.
I'm really good at math. I failed algebra 2 4 times in a row.
Yeah, we're going to redeem that. This is the redemption season for our math careers.
I was kind of hoping the next episode we just talk about your breakup.
No, let's talk about math and the numbers and how they go together and how one of those numbers wants to leave and it's less the other one just feeling all empty. Anyway,
Okay, we'll do that. If you could write an entire episode about how numbers equate to relationships, that'd be great.
I don't know, man. It will be yeah, that's fine. I could talk about this. Yeah, why not?
I mean, the good thing though is that the one or two ladies that are listening to this now know that you're single. So
Yeah, nah, that's fine. No, it's not a good thing. It's not good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
you just they're listening and they're like, oh, we don't want this too much. This doesn't sound good. You need about 10 episodes of therapy. It sounds like, my friend.
It's pretty bad. I mean, I want to be honest. It's not going to be the best, but to help to get it out and get it over with because and I can move on.
I mean, we could talk about my ex-wife all day long, dude. So just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, we could go over it. It's just like I set this. When I introduced it, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen, and yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, I didn't help you by asking how
I figured
having
a platform like this would be cool because then we can just have therapy and just talk about it, and just go from there. And,
well, find out what happened to Marlon's relationship on episode 2. It's the big tease.
That's it. Yeah, it's the big tease. Oh god.
We'll have to get you like a couch like they have on the Levitard show when they're interviewing Chris or Greg Cody.
Oh my gosh, man! I'm telling you this. So when we come back, yeah, we're gonna have some more structure. We're gonna do some more stuff, and we will talk about the relationship that my friend had and failed. My relationship is great. So that was just I forgot to say that. My relationship is great. I mean, it was a confusion. Sorry. But my friend just got his heart broken a couple days ago. So
MMB's relationship is great, but Farland's relationship didn't end so well. So hear about that on the next episode.
Yes. Farland. Yes. All right. Well, it's been great catching back up. It's been great for you guys to potentially listen to us in the future and hear this.
It's great for you guys to potentially listen. We did have a couple people asking when we were coming back, and I think one was my mom, and the other was actually a real fan. So there we go.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we're going to do this, and we heard you two talk that you want us back. We heard those two voices, and so we are making our comeback, and hopefully you will join us for the ride as we get to explore all the different topics that we're going to explore. Why do you look like a young Ed Asner? I just noticed that.
Well, it's not great lighting. My bald head's reflecting, and
your
I'm
eyebrows.
Because my eyebrows are super white.
Yeah.
And
You look like the boss for the Mary Tyler Moore show.
I have the whitest eyebrows, and they're super bushy, dude. As I get older, it just grows more and more. It's like a chia pet. I don't know what to do. How do you trim eyebrows? We'll talk about this next time.
We'll talk about it next time because I did find somebody was telling me about that. So yeah, we'll write that stuff down and then we'll go from there. Let me see here. Wow. All right. Well, for all whatever that was. So I'm trying to sign off here, and I'm out of practice, obviously. But from the Leo Pope Studios in beautiful opulent Henderson, Nevada. I am MMB, and if you want to potentially message me or say something to me, you can tweet at MMB72.
You have a Twitter?
Barely.
Oh, I'll have to find that.
Barely. You can do that. You can go to 72entgroup.com. It's working. It's a work in progress. So don't get too mad that it looks like it looks. But whatever. And
Marlon, there you are. But they're gonna know your real name.
Will they? Is that my real name? Oh yeah. Yeah, the awesome.
It's too late.
It's awesome.
They're gonna know who the Fireland Whitewell is.
So, but you can tweet me at MMB72, YouTube 72 Entertainment Group, and So we'll have more stuff coming soon, and I know JGAG. If you want to have something to promote there, anything.
Oh. Well, my band has new music. We've released 2 songs, and we have a third one coming out this month. And they are heavy and beautiful, just like I was going to say MMB, but
that's fine.
Not quite.
I'm beautiful.
Not quite nice because he's lost a lot of weight. He used to be like 600 pounds, but now he's slimmed down. No. It's we've released 2 songs, and they've got actually a ton of airplay, which has been awesome. And then we're hoping that this third song gets picked up by a lot of stations as well. So you can check us out on www.facebook.com/takevegas, and there's links to everything else on there.
Okay, yeah. Also, I forgot. There's a guy out there. His name is Alex Boddicker. And,
yeah.
And it's spelled Alex Boddicker, Boddicker. Check him out. He has some decent stuff. From what I heard, the next album will be out this November. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm so good to be back, and so good to finally be doing this again. There's little Alex Boddicker there. That's nice.
I found it on the Spotify.
Oh, yeah. It's,
there you go.
Any Alex Boddicker can be found anywhere, streaming services, all of them, Apple Music, everywhere. But, all right, for MMB, I would like to say, the marathon continues and Oxman stand up. JGAG.
I don't have a saying.
There's your new saying. All right. There's your new catchphrase. All right. Well, to all our bacon and egg listeners, I don't know if we have a name for you guys yet. We'll figure it out.
Dude, we went over this.
Was it the bacon and eggers, or what was it?
It was like I think it was the beggars, or there was another one too. We actually I think had a poll on it. I'll have to find it. Yeah,
we got to find the poll, because then we can set it up for season 3. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you again soon.